You wake up one morning, you check your phone, and everything you knew about the World Cup, the format, the stakes, the feeling, has changed forever. More teams, more matches, a completely new structure, and millions of fans absolutely losing their minds online. For nearly 3 decades, the World Cup had one identity: 32 nations, the best of the best, every single match a fight for survival. Now, FIFA has rewritten the rulebook. The 2026 World Cup is going to be the largest tournament in football history, but bigger doesn't always mean better. And right now, fans around the world are divided, passionately, furiously divided. So today, we're breaking down exactly what changed, why fans are angry, and whether they have a point. Let's get into it. Let's talk numbers. The old World Cup, 64 matches. The new World Cup, 104 matches. That's 40 extra games. Nearly a whole extra tournament's worth of football. More football sounds incredible, unless you think about what it costs the players. These are the same players who grind through 38-plus league games every season, domestic cup runs, Champions League knockout rounds, international windows, preseason tours, and now they're being asked to play even more World Cup matches at the peak of summer heat under maximum pressure in front of the entire planet. Football's greatest players are already running on empty by May. Imagine Mbappe, Bellingham, Vinicius Jr. arriving at a World Cup with tired legs, worn-down bodies, and no time to recover. If the stars aren't at 100%, the football suffers. And if the football suffers, the World Cup suffers. That's the fear, and it's a legitimate one. Now here's where it gets really controversial. The new format, 12 groups of 4 teams. Top 2 from each group go through. That's 24 teams. But wait, there's a twist. The 8 best third-place finishers also advance. That brings the round of 32 to 32 teams, half the tournament. At first glance, it sounds exciting. More teams in the knockouts, more drama. But think about what this actually means during the group stage. A team could lose a match and still qualify. A team could draw both games and still advance. Suddenly, the urgency that makes group stage football so electric starts to fade, because when there's a bigger safety net, teams play differently. They play safer, they play for draws, they manage games instead of chasing wins. And nothing kills the atmosphere of a World Cup group game faster than 2 teams who both know they're probably through anyway. Football fans don't want managed games, they want moments. Now we get to the real conversation, the one everyone's thinking about but FIFA doesn't want to have. Money. Let's be honest about what 48 teams and 104 matches actually means from a business perspective. More tickets sold, more stadiums packed, more broadcast deals, more TV rights, more sponsorships, more advertising, more merchandise, more licensing. We're talking about billions, potentially tens of billions, of additional dollars flowing into FIFA's accounts. FIFA says that money gets reinvested into global football development, into grassroots programs, into growing the game in emerging nations. Maybe. But critics aren't buying it, because the timing of this expansion, the scale of this expansion, and the way it was pushed through, it all points to one primary motivation: revenue, not football. And when fans feel like their sport is being turned into a commercial product, they push back. Hard. Okay, let's be fair. Because there is a genuinely compelling case for expansion. For decades, entire continents were shut out of the World Cup by brutal qualification systems. Talented nations, with hungry players, passionate supporters, real quality, were left watching at home because the door was too narrow. That's not right either. What if the next great World Cup story is sitting in a country that never qualified before? What if there's a nation out there with a generational talent, a player who could light up the world stage, but never gets the chance? Think about the greatest underdog moments in World Cup history: Senegal in 2002, South Korea in 2002, Iceland in 2018, Morocco in 2022. Those moments happened because those teams got to the tournament. Expansion gives more nations a shot at creating their version of those moments: new rivalries, new heroes, new stories that capture the planet. And honestly, that's what football is built on. Whether you love the changes or hate them, it's happening across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and we genuinely don't know how it plays out. Maybe the expanded format produces the most dramatic, unpredictable, unforgettable World Cup ever played. Maybe it produces bloated group stages, tired superstars, and matches nobody cares about. The truth is, nobody knows yet. What we know is that football is standing at a crossroads. The tournament that has defined the sport for a century is being reshaped in real time, and the 2026 World Cup will either prove the critics wrong completely or confirm every single fear they had. Either way, the world will be watching, so I want to hear from you. Did FIFA get this right? Or did they sell out the most iconic tournament in sports history for a bigger paycheck? Would you rather have the classic 32-team format back? The drama, the tension, the ruthless elimination? Or are you excited about 48 nations competing, new stories, new underdogs, new moments you can't predict? Drop your honest take in the comments. I read every single one, and if this video gave you something to think about, like it, share it, and subscribe. We cover football history, World Cup deep dives, and the biggest stories in the game. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.